and welcome to this new podcast episode entitled Emerging Careers in the Digital Era, the Challenges and Ways to Learn. To share her experiences with us right now is Ms. Wong Jiayi, Training Vision Institute's UX designer. So, Jiayi, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing great today. How about you?
I'm doing great too. Thank you for asking. So, can you tell us more about the UX designer job and how is it different from UI designers?
So UX and UI are actually two separate yet interrelated terms. So it is inevitable to actually talk about one without popping another out. So UX actually deals more generally with a user's overall experience with a brand, product, or service, considering how our users feel and how they are able to achieve their tasks as a result of such interaction. Hence, a UX designer role is to actually make a product or a service usable, accessible, and enjoyable. And on the other hand, UI designer generally deals with the actual interface and mainly concerned with the visual elements of a digital product, like the appearances and outlook. So it ranges from like buttons, color, layout, typography, and how effectively they are for the user while navigating through the products.
Okay. So they are actually two very different things.
Yes.
I see. So how did you decide to become one?
I actually graduated with a Bachelor of Arts and actually went into the field of marketing upon graduation. So an opportunity was given to explore on what I was inclined towards. So that's how I started. I attended UX research and strategy course and UI design course. And afterwards, I took on my first web design project.
What are the challenges or opportunities for growth that you recognize in this job and how do you work on them?
One of the most common challenges that I face is probably from the lack of understanding on what I do. So people might think that the role of a designer is just to make the product looks pretty, maybe just like aesthetically pleasing, but it actually bridges the gap between design and development as well. As for opportunity, I think that there are plenty out there. There's a growth in demand. UX and UI design is in high demand and it actually develop innovative product that relates to user. Um, Yep, I think there's also a challenge that requires compromises and constant communication on both sides, which between the user and stakeholder.
I see. Yeah, because for me personally, this is quite a new job that I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
When I started working, there was no like UX designer that I know of, but yeah, I'm pretty much old enough for to say that. I'm not quite sure if UX designers existed before the digital era, but yeah, this is pretty much the first time I've heard about UX designer jobs. So I'm just curious, what are the soft skills that you need in this job, if there are any?
I think there are actually quite a few, but maybe just let me name three soft skills. So the
Okay.
first one, I think it will be empathy. So I think this is a big one. So design is actually centered around being able to understand and empathize with the people that we are designing for.
Mhm.
And second, I think it's being able to adapt because design it's always evolving. Being able to adapt to the constant change by keeping up with the ever evolving design tools, trends, methods, and output. So I guess that's very important as well.
Mhm.
So third part will be communication.
Mhm.
So communication skills can impact design project for the better or for the worse. So having good communication skill can actually better leverage the key insights from stakeholders and user, enhance team collaboration and improve decision making and problem solving skills.
Mhm. So there must be a lot of soft skills involved in the UX designer job. And yeah, it sounds like you have a very exciting and rewarding job, you know.
Yeah, it
So,
is.
mhm. So do you have to be good in art or in drawing in order for you to become a UX designer?
Okay, I think it's not. No, it's not. There's nothing really related to drawing at all. I mean, I came from a
Ah,
background from. I mean, I came from art school, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, I did learn drawing and all, but in design wise, nothing was really used. I mean, for the drawing part,
Ah, okay. So
but
even
the
if you're not,
design part, yeah.
mhm.
Sorry, again?
Yeah, so even if you're not good at drawing, because I don't know how to draw, so I can become a UX designer even if I don't draw that good.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
because there's like it brings back to your first question, right? The UX design and then sorry, UX designer and UI designer.
Mhm,
UX is not on the how the design is like, right? Because it's like
mhm.
the overall experience. So if I think if you're interested, you can actually learn on that part as well.
So, for those who aspire to become UX designers or those who are considering a career shift, what can you say to encourage them more in joining this field?
Taking the first step can be very challenging, but I guess for those who are interested in this industry, you can try it out because I think that's how I learn by doing because I feel that every steps is a learning process.
Mhm. Yeah, well, that's good. That's very great.
I guess that's all for me.
Great. So that was a very delightful interview. Thank you for sharing your time and experience with us. Once again, that was Training Vision Institute's UX designer, Wong Jiayi, and I am your host, Elizabeth Galit. And we'll see you in our next podcast episode. Have a good day, everyone.